What's popping out there, world? And welcome to another edition of TJ Sports Nation, presented by your boy TJ, straight out of KC. Just want to talk a little boxing, man. Talk a little boxing. Talk a little boxing. What's going down? Hell of a weekend. I never heard of a pay-per-view fight getting canceled basically why it's going on. That shit was crazy. We gonna get to that. Then the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, no matter how we feel about him, retires over the weekend. Or I believe it was Friday. Calls it a career for the second time. First time, we all know what that situation was. He had some drug issues going on and just wasn't in fighting shape and things of that nature. So when you look at what's good with you, Drake, what's going down, player, when you look at Tyson Fury's career, what do you think of it? What do you think about it? What comes to mind when you think of it? Are you gonna base his career off of the fights with Wilder, the three fights with Wilder, or you gonna base it off, his fight with Klitschko, or you gonna base it off his fight with Otto Wallen, Dylan White? What do you base Tyson Fury's career off of? Amend any steroid allegations that he's faced his whole career, pretty much, he was accused of cheating, or many people believe he did cheat against Klitschko. Um, and he actually tested positive for that fight. Or are you basing it off, rumors or whatever the case? You know, what will you remember as part of Tyson Fury's legacy? I'm not gonna continue to make excuses for my boy. I love Wilder to death, but I just have to give credit where credit is due. Tyson Fury was just a better man. I believe that the first fight could have went either way. I lean more towards Wilder in that fight. I believe that he was given too much time to get up off the ground in that fight, Jack Reese or whatnot. The second fight, Fury just was the better man, the bigger man. That's just the truth. And the final fight, I still question one of those knockdowns by Wilder on Fury. I felt like Fury had too much time, but make no excuses about it. Fury scored several knockdowns of his own, and ultimately he was the victor, you know? So if I'm going to remember Tyson, Gypsy King, Fury for anything, I'm going to say, it'll be the Wilder trilogy. Mm. Excuse me, y'all. I'm definitely going to say it's going to be the Wilder trilogy. That's what I'm going to remember Tyson Fury for. But hell of a career, you know. Hell hell of a career. Make no mistake about it. If this is officially it, if he's not gonna fight the winner of AJ and Usyk, which we're gonna get to that, a little bit later, then hey, hell of a career, man. Like, make no mistake about it. I can't continue to hate on somebody because of how I feel. At the end of the day, he got those victories. So we got to give credit where credit is due. I'm not going to count that last fight he had against that bum Dylan White. I knew that was going to happen to begin with. Dylan White is a piece of shit. Always have been, always will be. So let's just put that out there. He's never been about any damn thing when it comes to boxing. I thought Otto Wallen gave Fury hell. But I still would not mind seeing him fight the winner of AJ Usyk. I just wouldn't. I don't feel like it's smart for me to um, say I wouldn't want to see him fight the winner of that fight, which they fight Saturday on the zone. But it would be silly of me to say that. I would love to see that fight happen, but if not, what next? If he's really done, then what next? We know that Wilder is talking to, possibly fighting Robert Helenius on the pay-per-view in October. Could he get his hands on the winner of that fight? You know, Only time will tell. And I'm gonna make my fight predictions on that fight and all the rest of the fights for this weekend Thursday on my prediction show. And we also gonna talk about Adrian mental health Bronner as well today. So yeah. But you know, good career for Fury. Controversial career, but good career. We gotta get a British brother credit where he deserves. Can't just hate on him, man. You gotta give him credit where he deserves, man. And that's the truth, y'all. Can't just hate on him. It's not right for us to do that. Give him some credit where credit is due. Period. So, I'm hearing rumors he may be going to WWE. He wants to look into the wrestling side of things. And, I could see Fury doing that. I could see Fury becoming a professional wrestler. And hell, he might even be a good entertainer at it. I mean, we all know he's a good actor and, he loves to show his ass, at press conferences and weigh-ins and shit. So he fits that wrestler persona perfectly. Like perfectly. But what I wish the Gypsy King well. I wish him well. And I hope that his retirement is good for him, and best of luck to you, mate. Best of luck to you, mate. Now, we had a fight scheduled for Friday night on Fight TV between Tevin Farmer and Mickey Bay. Mickey Bay has been out of the ring for a while, and he's up there in age now, so he was looking to get back into it against Tevin Farmer. And I'm not really sure if you go and you check out Mickey Bay's interview on Blue Blood Sports TV. I believe he did it yesterday. Mickey Bay said they kept, checking with the commission every hour on the hour leading up to the fight. He even had Farmer up in his room. And the commission continued to tell them that, hey, we have not received any funds for this fight. Where's the purse? So Mickey Bay, contacted the promoter in charge of putting on the fight, and he pretty much wanted them to do an IOU, pretty much do a favor and put their bodies and hearts on the line for nothing. Other than one of them getting the victory, one of them getting the loss, and neither one of them leaving with a check when they both got families to support. I didn't actually order the fight. To be honest with you, I had forgot all about it. I'm not really a big fan. I wouldn't sit up here in front. I'm not really a big fan of neither one of them, but I was definitely looking forward to watching the highlights to see how it went. I just don't think that fight particularly was worth $30. But Yeah, for some reason they had money together for the fight. Like according to Mickey Bay, there was plenty of money, and all of a sudden it just disappeared. So it sounded like they had some type of a it sounded like they had some type of a janky promoter. Like I didn't think that shit would ever go like that, in our sport, But for whatever reason or another, you got to have respect for your athletes because these guys trained hard for, from what I'm hearing, 5 or 6 months to get ready for that fight Friday night, and for the fight not to happen, that's some bullshit. That, my friend, is some bullshit. I cannot believe that. Like, I'm on Instagram and I'm seeing people talking about it. I'm like, the fight is canceled. And I'm looking at the time like, well, it's supposed to be going on right now. How is it canceled? I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, man. I just couldn't believe it. It was some shit I ain't never seen before, and it still doesn't make any sense to me, but I guess these type of things happen in our sport sometimes. But you want to do the best you can as a promoter to make sure your fighters, aren't training for nothing. Because these guys could have, been fighting somebody else. Instead, they were preparing to fight each other, and neither one of them got to step in the ring over the weekend. That was the craziest shit that I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen nothing like that. We've got to have more respect for our competitors than that. Don't take on an event, if you're not gonna, do right with the money or fund the shit right or whatever the case. Don't take over an event. Why take over an event if this is something that you're not taking serious? Because that was flat out embarrassing. And not only that, it made I mean, you got fans. You had about 2,500 fans, from what I'm hearing, in the arena, waiting on this fight to go down, and nothing ever went down, except them getting told by Mickey Bay and Tevin Farmer and Farmer's old lady on Instagram not to order the fight. But you had fans already in the arena, and you had fans that had already ordered it. So to hell with that promoter and whoever that was that decided to pull some BS like that. Like, it doesn't make sense. I know that the pay-per-view was supposed to be on Fight TV. I'm not sure if that's who the promoter was or not, but that was some real, grimy shit to do to somebody. But these type of things should never happen in the sport. You got to be more professional than that. You got to hold yourself more accountable than that. That's how I look at it. So Mickey Bay says that he's willing to fight anybody. From Tank Davis to Ryan Garcia, he doesn't give a damn. He's ready and eager to get back in the ring. So I'm hoping that brother gets that chance. Here soon to get that ring rust up out of him. And he said he wants a good fight. He wants a good competitor. He's been out of the ring for a while, so he wants a chance to compete again and get back in the ring, man. So I wish both of those brothers well, and I hope everything works out for them, because I hate to hear stuff like that happen, man, because it's flat out embarrassing, man. It's just flat out embarrassing, and it's not professional at all. And hopefully, they take some legal action into that, especially if a contract was signed or whatnot, because that made no sense. It it just appalled me, man. Like I just can't believe it. Can't believe it, man. But to each his own, and it is what it is, man. So we got some interesting fights coming up this week. We were supposed to have Adrian Bronner in action. He's been out of the ring for a while, and unfortunately, we're not gonna get that. We're not gonna get that. It doesn't make any sense. I just sub to you. Buckle up, boxing talk. Appreciate you, my brother. I'm a sub right back to you, my brother. I appreciate that, man. All day. But yeah, we was supposed to have Adrian Bronner versus Omar Figueroa, and all of a sudden today, Adrian Bronner put on Instagram that he can't do it. He's got some things going on in his life and just ain't mentally ready to get back in the ring right now. So we won't be getting Adrian Bronner in action this weekend. I'm not gonna sit up here and say that he's full of it and things of that nature. What he said is true. Mental health is some shit a lot of people can't handle. I've went through some mental health things that actually had me on the streets for a year or so. So I definitely know what he's going through. And then the fact that he's lost some fights in his career that kind of hurt him a little bit. If he's not in his right mind, he's like, I don't want to fight. I don't want to take those chances of fighting, if I'm not mentally there all the way. And I understand. So I'm definitely keeping I'm not a big Bronner guy, but I will be real, I'm definitely keeping AB in my prayers. And I hope that we do get to see him in the ring again, because I was looking forward to watching Omar Figueroa beat the hell out of I even had a bet set up for that fight, man, and now we won't get to see that go down. But hey, it is what it is, man. Somebody's health and mental state is more important than any fight or any amount of money. So Bronner, brother, if you ever hear this live stream, man, you're in my prayers, man, and I definitely hope everything works out for you. Seriously, I really do, because you deserve it, man, and but I was definitely looking forward to that. I was definitely looking forward to it, but things happen, man. So, we still got Joshua and Usyk to look forward to. I'm not sure if they're going to completely cancel the show for Saturday, or if Omar Figueroa is going to have because if I'm not mistaken, he's been out of the ring for a while too. If Figueroa would have beat Bronner, his boxing days would seriously be over, bro. Exactly, yeah. My thing with Bronner that I peep game on, man, is this, man. When he's fighting, it's like the passion ain't there no more. It's like he's not focused like he should be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm praying them for him too, man. It's like his mind's not focused like it should be, man. If he would just learn to focus, and if he still got that love in his heart for the sport, he's capable of being the Bronner that we know him to be in the beginning of his career, when he was knocking motherfuckers out and taking names. But he hasn't been that guy in a long time. I was rooting for him. Yeah, Josh. I was rooting for him, against Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia just flat out washed him. So, I'm praying for AB, man. I'm praying for him, and I hope everything works out for him. I think Usyk gonna be Joshua again. I guess we will see soon. Yeah, let's get to that. Let's talk about Usyk versus Joshua again. This is gonna be an interesting fight. Part two. I didn't see part one coming. I thought Joshua was gonna wash him because Usyk is a small heavyweight, but Usyk he showed skill. He showed skill. He showed determination. He showed a lot of heart. I mean, he got Joshua so good. Joshua didn't even get off the stool up until they was getting ready to announce the winner of the fight. Like he was completely wore out by dude. You know, I think it's gonna be a good fight, but the fact that Anthony Joshua changed trainers and went to Robert Garcia, I think personally that was a bad move that could hurt him. It could hurt him. It could hurt him making that move because you know I don't even think Robert Garcia has a lot of experience with heavyweights. And that could hurt AJ. That could hurt him. I'm not saying yay is gonna hurt him or nay is gonna hurt him. I don't know right now, but I will. If AJ loses this fight, this could hurt him big time. You know, he needs this fight. He needs this fight. I love how he was able. He took that first embarrassing loss against Ruiz. Hell, he spit his damn mouthpiece out. Like, yeah. But he came back in the second fight and he battled and he was able to win the rematch. So a focus AJ. I don't know how much training Robert Garcia's training is gonna do for him though, and that's my main concern with AJ going into this rematch is how much help is Robert Garcia really gonna be, or did he just sign up for that shit with him, just to look good, just because he the money's gonna be good and shit. I, man, this is gonna be interesting, man. This is gonna be interesting. I'm not gonna give out my prediction right now, even though I know who I think is gonna win, but I'm not gonna give that out right now. I'm gonna wait till a little bit later or whatnot. Thursday. I'm gonna do a boxing prediction show. But I think if AJ comes in and he fights Usyk like he's supposed to, use that jab a little bit more and be more effective with his shots, he's got to hurt Usyk. Usyk's a tough cookie, man. And then not to mention, Usyk's got a squad of people with him. He's he's got Malik Scott in his corner as well. Haney versus Tank. I'll get to that in a second, brother. He's got a hell of a squad with him, man, and Usyk's gonna be tough. And then not to mention, it looked like he's put on some muscle mass, so it's gonna be a good fight, man. But I'm gonna wait till Thursday to get my predictions on that. What you think about Haney versus Tank? That would be a good fight, man. That would be a good fight. Me personally, I'm taking Haney over Tank. Some people think that I'm crazy when I say that, but the reason why I say I would take Haney is because I think skills pay the bills in a lot of ways. Tank got that nice shot, Tank got that power, but Haney, if Haney can just boxing smart, just like he did Cambosis, keep Tank from being able to get to that inside. I'm telling you, man, I think Haney can embarrass him. Haney is a skillful young man. Not taking nothing away from Tank, but in a lot of ways, Tank to me just really got that power. You know, Dev got that skill set, man. Dev got that footwork. He got the long arms, that smart boxing IQ. I lean more towards Haney against Tank. You know, I I got Haney, man. If that fight ever happens, I don't know if it's gonna ever happen or not, because when you got a jackass like Mayweather. It's like Mayweather don't want to let the boy fight elite competition. Like I'm concerned about that for Tank's career because, to be honest with you, that's how Mayweather was, man. He like the only person I could say he really fought uh, early enough in his career really was Canelo. But if you really think about it, Canelo just don't have the footwork to even keep up with Floyd. I think Tank can beat Haney, but I don't think Tank or Floyd believe in it exactly. That's thank you. You took the words right out of my mouth. Buckle up boxing. Shout out to you. And if you all here subscribe to Buckle Up Boxing, that is the truth, man. That is the truth. That's why I say I don't even think that the fight is ever gonna happen. Because if you think about it realistically, Floyd Mayweather is in the way. He's in the way. I'm telling you, man. And if he don't believe that Tank can get the job done, they ain't gonna sign nothing on paper. And that's the truth. Like they not gonna sign nothing on paper. And I think Floyd doubts Tank against certain people. I believe that. I believe he doubts people against Tank against certain fighters. It seemed like it's them fighters with that real skill, that real craft, that real good footwork. I think Haney gives him trouble. I'm not saying that he's gonna knock him out. Dev's not that type of boxer. He doesn't come with a puncher's knockout and things of that nature. And I've seen him hurt. Lenore's had him hurt. So it's tough as I think that it is for Haney. I think Haney has the skill set. That's all I'm saying. Like I think Haney has the skill set, but it makes for a good fight if it ever does happen. But just looking at Mayweather, his career, and it's like he really want Tank to be who he was. Shit, we ain't gonna see that fight till Devin Haney about 40 years old. If we see it then, man, like if we see it then. I hope it happens though. It's a lot of good fights, that Tank could have or that Haney could have. And Haney's got his rematch coming up in October against Cambosis in Australia again. I think Haney's gonna flat out wash him even more this time. I think Haney's gonna flat out wash him even more this time. It's not to take credit away from Cambosis. Cambosis is a hell of a fighter, man, but I just think Haney is on a whole nother level. He is, man, and yeah, this is gonna wash Cambosis right on up out of there. It's a lot of pressure he put on himself to run that back like that. But you can't go in the fight thinking you just completely have the upper hand because you're at home. Because, hey, I didn't see many good fighters lose at home. Like get washed out of the bucket type shit. Just like when Spence went over there and conquered Kell Brook or whatnot. So, and then we seen what Usyk did to Joshua, which shocked me. And Joshua is way bigger than Usyk, man. Way bigger than him. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button if y'all haven't already. And I got a prediction show coming up Thursday for all the fights this weekend. Should be about 6:00. I'll give all my predictions and we'll go from there, man. Just continue to support the sport. We definitely want to keep it lit no matter what happened Friday night. That ain't something that always happens. So definitely gonna be interesting, man. But we'll see, man. Just continue to show support for your boy, and I'm gonna do the same for you. I got to get back to work. I just want to talk real quick, man. I appreciate everybody that tapped in. I'm gonna make sure I sub to everybody that has tapped in with me today. And I'll talk to y'all Thursday. Much love. Yeah, I'm proud of Devin too, man. Hey, he shows a lot of heart, man. He's talented. And I love that father and son duo. I love it a lot, man. Bill Haney is that guy, man. And hopefully in the near future, I'll get him to come on the show. But y'all tap in with me Thursday. Much love.